Well, hello, so here I am yet again with another fingerpicking lesson. It seems like I'm stuck in like a fingerpicking obsession right now. I feel like I have a lot of interesting things to learn. And one of them is the song Slow Cheetah by John Frusciante. And you know, John isn't really famous for doing a lot of fingerpicking in his songs, but the songs that he has used fingerpicking in are definitely worth learning. And this song, Slow Cheetah, is not an exception, I think. So really, really cool riff, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. Alright, so time to learn the main part of the song, the verse. So it consists of 4 chords, which are E minor, G, which you don't need to worry about the higher strings yet, and then A sus2. And you know, sus2 is simply means that you take the third and lift that off, so you get the second. But you finger it like this. And then C. But you don't need to worry about the higher strings again. So a quite simple pattern, you know, just like this. And then same thing, but 1 string lower. And then you play that in 19 BPM, and you play 4 eighth notes for each chord. But between the 3rd and the 4th eighth note, you play a 16th note. I think this will get more clear as we move on. But I think it's really, really important to get the rhythm right and to be able to play confidently to a metronome. So I would suggest first learning just the 8th notes and learning to play that to a metronome. And the pattern is really, really simple. You just alternate between with the thumb and the index finger, like this. And then you have the same pattern for the whole riff. So for the G chord you have, for the A sus2 you have same thing but shifted down 1 string, and then for the C chord so just learn to play along to a metronome of 19 BPM to that. You can higher the metronome, increase the volume. So yeah, and when you got that down, you can start to add the 16th note, which I will go through for each chord now. So for the E minor, you have, so the 16th note is there on the D string. Sorry, open D string. And for the C, same thing. And then for the A sus2, same pattern. And notice that I always play the 16th note so far with my middle finger. And then for the C chord, you actually play the high E string. And notice that I use my ring finger for that. So slowly. And that is the whole riff so far. But then there's another part. But learn to play that to a metronome of 19 BPM. 90 BPM. So when you got that down, you can move on to the second part of the verse. And the structure is the same, you know, you have 4 eighth notes for each chord, and then a 16th note between the 3rd and the 4th eighth notes, so same thing. And I will go through the 8th notes now for each chord. So they are, so I add 9 to the E minor chord, and I play both the E string and the B string using my ring finger and middle finger. And then we got the C chord. And here I fret it like a G chord, but I don't play the open string here. But I have my ring finger on the 3rd fret. So I play both of these strings, the B and the G string, with my middle finger and index finger. Then the A sus2 chord, like that, just single notes. And then the C chord, again with single notes and just alternating with my thumb and index finger. So slowly. And now let's turn on the metronome and play it 4 times. Yeah, and when you got that down, playing along to a metronome, you can add the 16th note. And I will go through what the 16th note is for each chord now. So for the E minor chord, it is, you just lift off your finger, and that is the pattern for the whole part, that you lift off your fingers for the higher strings. And just play the E, high E and B string. And then for the C chord, same principle. Playing the open B and G string. And then for the A sus2 chord, you play open G string. And then for the C chord, you play open D string. So slowly. And again. But now here on the second time he play, instead of playing the open D string, he plays the open G string the second time. So has a really nice effect, you know. Sounds really nice. So yeah, let's play that to a metronome. So yeah, that is the song Slow Cheetah, or the main part of the song. And I think it's really important to practice to a metronome. You know, it's one thing to be able to play the notes correctly, but it's another thing to actually keep a steady rhythm, and also to be able to play along to a metronome without, you know, feeling stressed, you know, that you have to time it, but it just happens naturally if you practice for a little while. And yeah, I can end with saying that I really enjoyed, you know, studying this kind of pattern that he did and learn it, and I think it really improved myself as a fingerpicker. And I'm really looking forward to, you know, keep learning patterns, because I think that really helps to become, you know, a better guitar player, because then you can merge different patterns that you have learned and eventually create your own songs. So yeah, please let me know if you like this lesson, and if you want a follow-up lesson on the other part of the song, or if you want a lesson on another song. And up until then, I see you in the next one.